Hello friends, I am Jennifer Scott and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to be here. This month is like a whirlwind of travel, of just like little short trips here and there, but I am not getting to film like I normally like to. So last week you didn't get any videos. I am so sorry. This week you're only getting one video. Next week you're only getting one video, but I promise by the end of the month or beginning of September, we will be back on the normal schedule of uploading Wednesdays and Fridays at 12:15. But for right now, you guys just have to bear with me. I mean, it's summertime. All right, if you clicked on this, you know why. Today I'm talking about Naturium. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you're like, girl, we know you love that brand. But if you're new to me, you may not know exactly how much I love it or why I love it. And what all started like me thinking about this recently was that I was cleaning out my skincare area in the bathroom, and I noticed I had a significant amount of Naturium products, which was not a surprise to me. And even considering the products that I've been through that I haven't repurchased yet, I still have tons of products. And with my 1-year anniversary on YouTube coming up, it occurred to me that Naturium had recently had their 1-year anniversary. Now, granted, they have been releasing products like 1 or 2 a month for over a year now, but they've been a solid brand for a year now. So I want to go over with you my thoughts on a lot of the products that I have purchased. I mean, look at this. Yeah, there's a bunch in here. And if you're like me, skincare obsessed, there's a lot to sink our teeth into. So let's get this show on the road. Oh, and to my new subscribers, I want to thank you so much for being here. I love having new friends join the family. So if it's your first time here, do me a favor, click that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you know when I upload, and hit that like button because I love having new friends. All right, let's get on with this. I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wasn't even thinking, I'm so sorry. I do have an affiliate with Naturium. So if you do buy anything from my links, I will receive a small commission, which does support my channel, but do not feel like you have to use those links. You can just go directly to naturium.com and make your purchases there if there's anything from here or on that site that you think you would be interested in. But if you do use my links, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. I'm gonna do this in no particular order. I literally shoved everything in this bin here that was in my bathroom. I'm not gonna go in any sort of order. We're just gonna pull them out and talk about them. So the first thing you should know is that my skin is basically normal. In the summer, I do get a little more oily in the T-zone, and literally with every changing season, my skin changes. So because of that, I have a really good idea of how these products work on different skin types. So if you're dry, oily, normal, combo, have breakouts, I go through all those things all year long, so I can tell you how these products work on all different skin types. All right, so if you're a Naturium fan, you know it's no secret. One of the fan favorite ingredients in the whole line is niacinamide. So as you can see, I have all the niacinamide. Well, no, I don't have all the niacinamide products. I take that back. They do have some others, and I was like, whoa, niacinamide overload. I already have 3, I don't need more. Let me tell you about these 3. So the 12% serum with zinc, this was the first one I got. And this was like a game changer for me. So of course, niacinamide reduces your sebum production. It helps even out skin tone and texture. It helps with breakouts. It's literally like the miracle ingredient. That's why it's in so many of Naturium's products. And that's why they have so many different forms of niacinamide. This one here, when I first started using it, I was having some trouble with breakouts. It was shocking to me how well it worked on breakouts. But beyond that, it was shocking to me like how well it evened out my skin, helped with my skin tone, my hyperpigmentation. Now, don't get me wrong. I will always have hyperpigmentation. I mean, let's face it, I am 51 years old. My skin has been damaged like decades before I even found this stuff. So I'm not trying to make my skin perfect. I'm just trying to make it as perfect as my skin can be. But using niacinamide has been such an important part of my skincare routine. Now, I don't use the 12% anymore, except if I'm having breakouts. I found that I don't need that strong of an ingredient on my skin on the daily. I will use it when I have breakouts, but on the daily, I love using this here. This is the Essence. It's a 5% concentration. I love this. You're gonna hear me say that all the time. Love. I'm sorry if you take a shot every time I say that, you will be blasted by the end of the video, so be careful. back to our regular scheduled programming. The 5% essence, I love this so much. I just pour a couple drops, boom, 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 into my hand. That's more than I usually use. Pat it in all over my face, my neck, and my décolleté. This is like a dream ingredient for me. It helps control my oil production, so I haven't been like as oily over the summer, but it's also helped even out my skin tone and texture. It's brightened my skin. My skin doesn't look dull or dry or dehydrated. Also, I use other products, but this here 5% niacinamide essence is like one of my holy grails. I have to have this in my collection. If you're looking to incorporate niacinamide in your routine, 5% is the perfect concentration. It's gentle, it doesn't sting or irritate, but like with any skincare product, if you have any burning, itching, pain, wash that shit off. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it'll work for you, but I hope it does because this shit is great. And then there's the 5% gel cream. Now, I bought this because my boys prefer gel moisturizers. You don't really feel it on the skin. This one here, I thought, well, it would be nice for them to use when they're having breakouts. They normally use a different moisturizer that is a gel, but I bought this one thinking that maybe they would like it. Well, they completely ignored it, as boys do. So who was using it? Me, of course. Now here again, because this is a gel, I don't use it that often because it's not as hydrating of a product as I need for my skin. But when I'm having breakouts, I love to use it because I don't like to have heavier ingredients on my skin if my skin is freaking out. So this is really great for if you have oily skin, combo skin, if you are acne prone. It's nice and light and it'll help treat your acne and your sebum production. Now they have a couple of other niacinamide products. Like I told you, they have some mists. I don't care about those that much. I mean, I have 3 products right here. I don't need any more right now. But who knows? I'll probably purchase one of them at some point. Oh, and then there is the fermented enzyme rice cleanser. So I bought this along with their cleansing balm. I didn't like the cleansing balm. If you saw my review on this, it just didn't work for me. It didn't break down and get like oily like I like a cleansing balm to be. It stayed kind of like thick and sticky. I didn't feel like it did a good job of removing my makeup. So I moved that along to a friend, let them give it a shot. I didn't throw it out, of course. You know, sometimes products work better for other people than they do for me. So I pass it on. But this fermented rice cleanser, so here's the thing with this. I like cleansers. I'm a big fan of cleansers. You should all like cleansers. This one here has little fine rice exfoliants. So you can feel it on your skin. You feel that mild graininess. Now, I've pretty much given up using physical exfoliants. I don't need them anymore, especially since I use AHA products, which do a really nice job of exfoliating my skin without me actually feeling a grainy texture. So that's why I don't particularly love this because it's just not a formula that I normally use. However, I will say on a day when I've either been wearing a lot of makeup or I just feel like my skin just feels like it needs a deep clean, this works really well because it does give you that scrubbing sensation of really getting deep down and cleaning. So I don't use it on the daily, but I still keep it in my cabinet for the days when I really want to feel that extra clean feeling on my face. So if you like that like scrubbed face, like squeaky clean, but not tight, it doesn't tighten and dry your face out, this might be a really good cleanser for you. All right, here we are pulling out the virgin marula oil. And you're like, I don't know, what's marula oil for? I like using this if I have a damaged skin barrier or if I've been using a really strong product. So let me give you an example. I have used the Drunk Elephant Baby Facial. I have used from The Ordinary, you know that, I think it's the 3010 AHA BHA serum. It's that red one that looks like you have blood all over your face. Or when I'm using a strong AHA, I love to use marula oil after those treatments because it just calms and soothes your face. So if you find you have done something to your skin, either a little aggressive or you've actually damaged your skin barrier, marula oil is just a very gentle, nourishing, beautiful ingredient that just helps bring your skin back. It soothes and it makes your skin feel so much better. Now, I only use maybe like 2 or 3 drops for my entire face and my neck. In the wintertime when I'm feeling drier, I will use it before bed, face, neck, and décolleté. You just rub it in. It dries down nicely. It doesn't stay oily all day or all night long. It just sinks into your skin and gives it that nourishment and soothingness. Soothingness, is that a word? It's like wrapping your skin in love. It's not something that I use on the daily, but it is something that I like to keep in my cabinet because you never know, well, I never know when I'm gonna screw up my skin or go a little too far with treatments. Oh, this. This is their retinol complex cream. You all should know by now, I am a huge fan of retinols, especially the stronger ones that I can get from my dermatologist. But this retinol complex cream, I just love. For me, it is perfect to use on the daily when I'm not using my tretinoin. I find that it's gentle yet effective. It doesn't tear up my skin. It doesn't leave me red or irritated. Now, granted, if I go in with a little too much, which I sometimes do, I can get a little bit of flaking. But generally, if I do it the right way, one pump for all over my face, kind of avoiding my more sensitive areas, it works so nicely. For me, it's very important to incorporate a retinol in my skincare routine because I am aging. Hopefully you're aging too. I mean, isn't that the goal? We all want to get older. We just don't want to look older. So along this aging journey of ours, we want to keep our skin looking as good as it can. Listen, none of us are going to look like we've been Instagram filtered. If that's what you're looking for on this channel, that's not what you're going to get. This channel is real because what's the point otherwise? So if you're thinking of introducing a retinol cream into your routine, I highly recommend this one. Ooh, the Glycolic acid resurfacing solution, 8%. So I have a love-hate with glycolic solutions, so I of course want the exfoliating and hydrating properties that an AHA gives my skin. What I don't want is irritation. And for me, if I use this too often, I get irritated. But that happens with almost any glycolic acid. Now the funny thing is when you go by percentages, when it comes to glycolic acids, I don't find that to be very helpful. Formulations are not something that we lay people can figure out. It's nice that they put 8% on here, but that doesn't really tell me much. What tells me much is how my skin reacts to it. And for me, I started out using this 3 times a week, no good. Twice a week, not bad. Once a week is perfect for my skin. That's why there's so much in here, because I use a very little bit. I like to pour just a couple drops into my palms, pat them together, and then pat them around my face. I really don't go onto my neck and décolleté because those are very gentle, sensitive areas, and my skin really isn't a fan of AHAs down here. But I gotta say, when it comes to glycolic acids, there's actually a couple that I prefer a little more than this. I like it, it's fine, but for my routine, I really like the Ren Ready Steady Glow Tonic and the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. For my skin, those products just seem to work a little better, but I do keep this in my collection because sometimes I prefer a different texture. I mean, the Honeymoon Glow is more of like a serum-y cream texture. The Ren is also like liquidy like this, but I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's a decent product. Ugh, the PHA topical acid. This is an unassuming little product. I've heard Susan talk about it countless times, how it is like a very gentle exfoliator, but really what it does is hydrate the skin. And that's what I found when I'm using it too. Now, here it is, just a serum. It's not super liquidy. It has that nice serum-y texture. It sinks in very nicely, so you're able to layer other products on top of it, and it does help with hydration, which that is always something I want to, be addressing, because as we get older, our skin loses its hydration and moisture. So I'm constantly trying to replace that so my fine lines and wrinkles don't win. I want them to lose. And using this super gentle acid that I don't feel it, like it doesn't sting, tingle, nothing. It just goes on, sinks in, and helps with all my other products, because God knows she needs some help. So if you're looking to add another hydration step into your routine, if maybe your skin is dry or a little bit combo, even if your skin is oily, using something like this is not going to hurt. It's probably going to help. So even though you may have oily skin, it is very likely that your skin is dehydrated too. So adding a hydrator, a very gentle acid like this, will really make a difference. Anything to keep from drying out, right, my friends? All right, what do we got here? Oh, alpha arbutin. So as you can tell, I have used almost all of this. I will probably be repurchasing it. Now, I started using alpha arbutin along with, here it is in another form. I also had the serum, but I actually started using it with azelaic acid. The two together are really great in combating hyperpigmentation, and that is one of my biggest issues. So if you have hyperpigmentation, using a combination of alpha arbutin with the azelaic acid is really going to help. But let's talk about these two first. So it does come in a 2% serum, and it comes in a 1% essence. I mean, it's really all about what kind of experience you want. I have found for me that I like the layering of essences. So even though this, 1% versus 2% feels like this one might be a little more effective, I don't care, because I do layer so many ingredients. I like layering these more watery ones. I just feel like they sink in very nicely. I can layer and layer and layer. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a heavy one. As a matter of fact, I think this is an empty. Yeah, she empty. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Am I going to repurchase it? I'm not entirely sure because like I said, I really like having these watery solutions, but I will definitely keep alpha arbutin in my routine because my battle with hyperpigmentation is never going to end. Listen, skincare is very personal. Everyone has different issues that they're trying to address. Achieving perfection with your skincare is pretty much impossible, but getting a glow, reduction in texture, a reduction in hyperpigmentation, reduction in breakouts, I mean, that's where it's at. We want our skin to be the best it can be for us. And for me, it takes a lot of products. Tranexamic acid. This one here, I am not sure how I feel about. So Susan brought this into the line because she has issues with melasma and hyperpigmentation. Are you sensing a theme? I buy all the anti-hyperpigmentation ingredients. So I bought this. Now, I'm not sure if mine has oxidized. I don't know if it's supposed to be this color. It has a very serum-y texture to it, almost leaning towards a gel. Here again, it sinks in really nicely. I don't know if I have noticed that much of a change in using the tranexamic acid. Am I going to repurchase it? I don't know. I actually wonder if the tranexamic acid is better for melasma than it is for just my regular hyperpigmentation. Now, when you get hyperpigmentation from breakouts, say you've got like a little breakout here or there, and maybe you squeezed it, and then you have the redness left behind for several days, the tranexamic acid will definitely help clear that up sooner than just letting it heal on its own. So that's a great thing to have when you're having breakouts. Right now, I'm okay. I'm not really having breakouts. I've gotten myself in a good place for this week at least. So maybe I will keep the tranexamic acid in my cabinet for when I have the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. PIH, that's easier to say. But for my general uneven skin tone from, the sun, I don't think the tranexamic acid has really made much of a difference in my routine. I don't know. If it's working in yours, would you let me know? Maybe I'm not using it enough. Maybe I was using it too much. And what do you think? Like, does that yellow color, does that look right to you? I mean, does this turn like vitamin C does? Oh yeah, I have used their vitamin C. I think it was an oil. It didn't work for me, but that's because vitamin C in general does not work for my skin. My skin does not like it. It always breaks out whenever I use it. So I do use other antioxidant ingredients. That's why I'm not showing you any vitamin C today. Oh, what do we have here? Mandelic topical acid, 12%. So mandelic acid along with PHA is just the gentlest exfoliator you can use on your skin. Don't forget, mandelic acid is an AHA just like glycolic acid, so it does give a gentle exfoliation. However, molecularly speaking, it is a very, very big molecule, so it doesn't sink into your skin. It just works on your skin surface, which is great. Helps get rid of like dry skin, dullness, but it does it very gently over time. You're not going to see results the next morning like you do when you use an AHA like this bad boy here. But if you're looking for a gentle exfoliant, and honestly, when you first start out exfoliating, gentle's the way to go. It's always better to use a gentle ingredient and slowly work your way up. I know, listen, I know, we all just want to get to the results now. No one wants to wait, especially me. And I screw up my skin all the time because I just can't wait. I either use too much of a product or I use it too often. Sometimes you just need to take it slow. It's not a race. No one's gonna win. Well, you will if you take it slow. So starting out with mandelic acid as your exfoliator, use the whole bottle, like go through the whole thing. Then you can step up to the next level of like a slightly stronger exfoliant. You got to get your skin used to being exfoliated. You can't just go in. I mean, can you imagine just like going in on a baby's skin with like a scrubby pad? You would never friggin' do that. So why would you do that to your own skin? Your skin will really respond to a slower, gentler exfoliation. Plant squalane oil. I love this so much. So our skin has squalane, but as we get older, we start to lose it. Our body doesn't produce as much of it. And we really need that to help keep the moisture and hydration in our skin. Helps with the plumpness, helps with the overall like softness of your skin. And using squalane, this makes me so happy. Now it is an oil. I only use a couple drops. I put it on my skin. I usually use it at nighttime. face, neck, and décolleté. Rub it in, get yourself good and glowy. Ugh. I usually use it close to the end of my routine. I will use it after like my last treatment ingredient, but before I go in with a thick, heavy moisturizer, because I want the squalane in my skin, and then I put the moisturizer over top to just keep it in there. I want it sealed in there. I want my skin to have the chance to soak it up and really get nourished. And so when I wake up in the morning, I'm a little plumper, I'm a little glowier, I'm not dried out. Ooh, I just love squalane. This is something that I will repurchase because not only is it great for my skin, but it's a super good value. I think it's under 20 bucks, I think. The multi-peptide moisturizer. So y'all know I love my moisturizers. Now, this I have a love-hate. I love peptides, love them. A couple things I don't like is this packaging. I mean, it looks super pretty. I mean, yeah, it looks great. However, the cap used to be super tight until I dropped it on the floor and then it cracked. So now the cap just comes off. That's my bad. However, the cap itself was super tight. And by the time I got to using my moisturizer in my routine, you know, my hands were kind of all, you know, full of product. I couldn't get the friggin' cap off. So now that it's broken, it's at least helpful. But here's the other thing. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get all the product out of here just by pumping it. Like, I'm getting towards the end, I can tell. What I think I'm going to have to do is cut into this like I do some of my other tube products and scoop it out, because I'm not going to waste any of it. This is a really great moisturizer. I love peptides. If it says peptide on it, I'm putting it all over my face, my neck, and my décolleté. This is not a heavy moisturizer. I think of it as like an in-between moisturizer. It's not as light as a gel moisturizer. It's not as heavy as like some of my evening, overnight moisturizers. It's perfect for daytime. I do layer it. Sometimes I will put it under my evening moisturizer because I want the peptides all the time. Did I mention that? I do love that I can get this at Target, and I probably will be getting one very soon because it looks like this is running out. I think it's only like around 20 bucks too. Yeah, the normal size, 1.7 ounces. Let's put some on this hand and see. Nice and creamy, sinks into your skin, doesn't leave any sort of film or residue, anything like that. I love it. If you want a basic moisturizer and you don't mind struggling with the cap, give it a try. We're almost done, and look what I've come across. It is the Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream. Now, this is confusing for a lot of people. I bought this along with the Plant Ceramide Cream. That's the one in the black jar. So the Plant Ceramide Cream, lovely. I'm gonna buy another one. I like using the two of these together. Now, I don't think of this as an actual like moisturizer. This is like a topper for your moisturizer. It's more occlusive. It is heavier, as you can see. So I use this in the evening after all of my skincare is done. This is what goes on top. It is thicker. It covers beautifully. It's not oily or greasy, but it's occlusive enough that it is going to seal in everything that I have done. I don't want for the ingredients that I've put on my face to start and evaporate out overnight. I want like my own version of saran wrap over my face to keep all those ingredients in there so that while I'm sleeping and my skin is doing its natural repair process, these ingredients are actually working and helping to change and better my skin. So if you want to make sure that all the ingredients that you put on your face at the end of the night stay on your face, you need to top it with this. Now, you don't need a lot of it, just a little bit spread all over your face, neck, and décolleté, wherever you have put product. Put this on. Seal those juicy good ingredients in there. I mean, you don't want to lose them. You spent all that time putting them on there. Keep them in there. I know that there are lots of people who use this just as a moisturizer and they're like, oh, I didn't like it. I didn't feel like I was very moisturized or hydrated. Yeah, it's not going to work on its own. It needs to have friends. And in the winter, this is such a big friggin' deal for me. So in the winter, I will use the squalane. And if I'm feeling extra dry, then I will put the ceramide cream on, and then I will go in with this. In the morning, I am not dry at all. I am glowy, my skin looks fresh. I actually look like I had a good night's sleep, and it allows for a really great canvas for when I put my makeup on. And if I'm not gonna wear makeup, I still look really good, in my mind at least. My last Naturium products, I actually had to go downstairs and get these out of my purse because I am never without these. Now, I'm sure you're like, you keep all three in your purse? Yep, I do. And if I had to count up all the lip products that were in my purse, it would be gross. So I'm not going to tell you how many things are in there. But for me, these Phyto lip glows make me so happy. I do have a dedicated video to these because when they came out, well, if you know me, I love lip products. So of course I had to talk about these. I only have them in 3 shades. I'm going, oh, actually, you know what? I have a 4th shade. Where is it? There it is. I knew I had 4. I love the tints from all of these. They all look so pretty. But I gotta tell you, the clear one, it does something special. You know how when you put like Vaseline or Aquaphor on your lips, they can look a little like whitish, sometimes grayish? This somehow magically like magnifies your own lip color. My lips are a decent shade of red, but when I use this, it just like magnifies and makes my lips look like better. My lips are like a decent shade of red. They haven't like paled out completely yet, but when I put this on, it just makes them look redder, juicier, brighter. This is super duper good. Like, I don't need Aquaphor or Vaseline anymore, especially if I just, want to brighten up my lips. Like if I'm going to the gym and I don't have any makeup on, but I just want things to be brighter. And I always wear lip balm before I go to the gym because working out, sweating, losing hydration, but I got to keep those lips juicy. The consistency of these is pretty thick. So when I'm pressing it to get it out, it sometimes takes a little bit. But oh, that ooey gooey butteriness. And see how that just like shears down? It's not like crazy. The colors are just so flattering. These are definitely my go-to balms. This one here, I actually think I need to get another one just to keep on my bedside table. I mean, you can't have too many balms on your bedside table. I mean, I have 2 already. I don't know. I don't think a 3rd one's unreasonable, is it? Now I have, of course, purchased other products, been through them. I can't even think of what they are right now, but you can tell I've got a lot. Is it too much? Not for a girl like me. For me, having these ingredients around throughout the year has really helped my skin. Now, if I have to pick my top 5 favorites, azelaic acid would probably be my number 1. This year, besides using it for hyperpigmentation, has been amazing for help clearing out clogged pores. Now, I do use a BHA daily, but I had heard Susan talk about this recently, saying what a great job it does on clogged pores. And I never knew that before. I don't know why I didn't know that. So I stopped using my BHA because I was very clogged, and I just, let's face it, I haven't bothered to get to an esthetician to have a facial. So I started using this. Oh my God, this works so good. If you have texture from clogged pores, get this azelaic acid. It is so freaking good for that. So that's number 1. Number 2, definitely these lip balms. Like, just get them. Just freaking go buy them. The retinol complex cream. If you don't have a retinol in your routine, get this one. It's so good. It's so gentle, but so effective. All right, so that's 3. Oh, yeah, the niacinamide. Like, yes, must have, love it, layer it. You want to glow? You want to keep your skin from breaking out? You want to control your oil production? Get it. All right, number 4, I'm going to make a tie because when I'm using this peptide in the evening, I want to go over top of it with this here. So these 2 here, like for sealing in all my ingredients, for keeping moisture, for getting those little amino acids in my skin, those building blocks for my collagen production. Yeah, I need this, but then I need this to seal it in so it doesn't go away. Oh, and squalane, I just get it. Am I enthusiastic about this line? Yes, I am. Why am I enthusiastic? Because so many of these ingredients are so effective, at least on my skin. It's so nice to have a range that's affordable. I don't think there's anything over $30. Most things are around the $20 price point. The packaging is glass, so it's recyclable, and it's so easy to customize for whatever your current skin needs are. My skin is not the same every day, so my skin may not look like this tomorrow. It might be slightly different, and I will be able to kind of mix and curate to treat whatever's going on daily. That's what I love about this line. Are there things that didn't work for me? Yeah, but that's okay. It's trial and error. So if you buy something that doesn't work for you, give it to a friend. So I think the jury's in. I'm still a big fan, but let me just say, if you are new to skincare, this is a great place to start. If you've been using skincare for a long time, but you want to add some new ingredients, a good place to start. And if you want to try something you've never tried before, go for it. It's not expensive. All right, so I want to know from you. Are you using Naturium? Are you using some of these products? Are you using other ones? I want to know how you feel about the line. All right, that's it. Here we have all of my products that I currently have from Naturium. Yeah, it looks like a lot, because it is. All right, friends, well, if you have stuck with me till this point in the video, do me a favor and drop a little sunshine emoji for me in the comments. I want to know who my real skin fanatics are. We skincare junkies got to stick together. All right, friends, like I mentioned earlier in the video, there's only going to be this video next week. There's only going to be one video next week, and I think that's going to go up next Friday. But after that, I promise I will be back on my regular Wednesday, Friday schedule. And if you want to see what's got me so busy that I don't have time to film, check out my Instagram, also JScottBeauty. I will be posting what I'm doing and what's keeping me so busy. All right, friends, well, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah.